Okay, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a little bit of a different video. We're in a different location. As you can see, we're in my car, and today is just going to be just like catching you up on what I've been up to, what my life's looking like. I want to know how y'all's goals are going. Have you stayed consistent? We're really just chatting it up today. Still, I started the year with a good feeling about this year, and that good feeling has only grown. And I'm so excited to see all of the things and the changes that happen in my life this year. And I've already started to see changes in my life and in myself that I see growing into physical manifestations in my life. And one of the biggest changes I've made in my life that I've consistently started doing is journaling. This is my journal. And I wish so much I had started journaling consistently before. It has already shown to provide so much benefit. And I'm so excited, even just from the few weeks that I have been consistently doing it. It's been cool to peek back. I haven't read back too much. I plan to later on go back and look at what I wrote, but just looking back from the past few weeks, it's cool to see a physical archive kind of a past version of yourself, even if it's not a super distant past version of yourself. And I really, really, really wish I had been doing this since I was younger. For the time capsule element, for being able to have it being older, but also the mental benefits. I wish so much that I journaled when I was younger, or someone taught me to journal when I was younger, because it is really genuinely so beneficial to, if nothing else, just get your emotions, any problems you're having that you're trying to work through in your life, internally, anything, out on paper. The best way I can describe it, and how I've heard it described best, is we are very, very, very intelligent creatures, but we have our limits. And think of it like math. Most of the population, to solve a math problem, if I gave you 85 times 267, and I offer you pen and paper, you're going to take the pen and paper to work it out, and you're going to do your best to try and get it done. Even if you can't solve it, that's not the point. To try and solve it, you're going to use pen and paper. And even for a math equation like that, that's simple compared to the human experience. And think about all of the problems you've faced and all of the things you've gone through, and how you've had to work through them on your own. If we were to treat it like that, it's so much easier, even if it sounds silly, to just get it out on paper. Just try it. Get it out on paper and see, first of all, how much relief it provides your brain. I cannot put a price on the relief, how quiet my brain has been, how much I've been able to focus on things just from picking up journaling as a daily practice and dumping out all of the things that are going on, and any problems I may be having, any thoughts that have been ringing in my mind. Putting pen to paper and getting them out has cleared up so much mental space, and that alone has been invaluable to me. But for the problem solving aspect, when you are journaling and you're journaling with the intention of getting the most out of it, something that has really, I had to make sure I was recording. I almost had a heart attack there. I believe to get the most out of your journaling, you really should be going deeper. And this is not just like when you're sharing like what your day looked like or things like that. But when you are trying to work through some complicated emotions or a complicated situation in your life, when you are journaling, go deeper with yourself. There really is something therapeutic about it, because that's basically what, if you have a good therapist, that's what your therapist does. A good therapist, in my experience, isn't always talking, giving you the answer, but asking you questions and help guiding you to the answer, because nobody knows you better than you, and they help you get there. They help you figure it out. I am not at all saying replace your therapist with your journal. I think the combination of the two can provide an immeasurable amount of benefit. But I am saying, if you aren't able to access therapy right now, and even if you do, even if you regularly go to your therapist, even if you go to a therapist every week, I still think you should pick up journaling, because it's amazing. I have a therapist, but there's something so special and so empowering about watching yourself figure it out by yourself, for yourself, and then having that in a physical archive that you can later go back and look at. I saw a comment of one girl on a video where a girl was talking about journaling, and she's been journaling since she was 10 years old, and she's so grateful for how she gets to go back and watch her psyche develop. Yeah. And there was also one last thing I want to touch on with the journaling. There was another comment I saw on a video where the lady was talking about journaling, and the girl said that she can't journal because whenever she writes something down and looks back at it, she feels so cringe. And I really wanted to comment like that. You need to shift your mindset on that. That is an amazing thing. You can only feel embarrassed or cringed out by something if that's something you'd never do now. You've grown to the point that that's not you anymore. And so that is such a blessing, to look back on something and you don't resonate with it anymore. That means you've grown. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share. In addition to my journaling, my book right now has been Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself: How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One by Dr. Joe Dispenza. This, I don't know if you can see it. I'll put a picture up of it. This book, I have not gotten far into it. You can see I've started tapping, but I have not gotten far into it. But I am so excited to see what this book has to say. It's basically about quantum physics and manifestation, and kind of where they meet, and how for the longest time in science and everything, and even as a general public, we still have this consensus, because it's been with us for so long, but that mind and matter are separate and don't have anything to do with each other, and nothing we have going on up here actually affects the world around us. And it's the complete opposite. They are intrinsically involved, and he just delves into that. There are, like, I don't know if you can see, it's too bright for you to see, but there are like diagrams of what we know an atom to look like, how we were taught an atom to look like, and what it actually is. And I just love it. I was a big science girl in school, and reading this book has actually gotten me so excited. I've noticed I feel my best and I feel most excited, all of that, when I am learning, when I am growing. And that's not a surprise. Humans, we're meant to grow. We're meant to thrive. And whenever I'm in a state of growth, I am my most happiest. I'm my most proud. I am the happiest. And this book has just been honestly a really fun read for me, because I do love science, and now I have a new interest in quantum physics and how we have a lot more control over the manifestation of things in our real life than we may think we do. So yeah, this has been a great read. I really suggest it. I have also heard about other books by Dr. Joe Dispenza that I will most definitely be purchasing after I finish this one. I have banned myself from buying any more books. I have enough books that I need to read. But yeah, so I want to talk about y'all's goals. How are your goals going? Have you been sticking to what you set? Are they changing? Do you feel like some of them don't actually align with what you wanted for the year? Let me know. I want to know. I feel like a few of my goals are shifting. I feel like it's more surrounding, not that they aren't something I want anymore, but I am starting to see the benefit of simplifying and cutting back on some things to intensely focus on a few things and really get those few things down and then move on to something, which I, for the longest time, was in a mindset of I want to do it all. I want to do it all. And then I would shoot myself in the foot, and a lot of times for a lot of years ended up not doing anything because I was trying to take on everything. And I unintentionally started sticking to a habit and really got it down and felt that change that came in me from being consistent with that and how it started to snowball, because you'll naturally move on to more things. The thing with discipline and consistency is once you start doing something consistently and show yourself that you can do it, you naturally will pick more things up. It's like a snowball effect. And so I've really just been appreciating that and trying to hone in on what I want to accomplish most at the moment. Or a habit that I want to work on instilling in myself the most so that I can get that down and then move on to the next thing. And it doesn't have to be like I focus on this one thing for the whole year, but even if it's just like for a week or a few weeks, focus on this one thing, really get it down, and then collect more. I feel like that might be the key to really being consistent with stuff, because it can be a lot to just try and overwhelm yourself with stuff and overnight change yourself. You have to do it piece by piece. Outside of that, I have not been working out as consistently as I would like to. I have been a little more focused on other things, and I am an early bird. Like, to my core, I'm an early bird. You almost can't get me to do anything super late at night. Once it hits like, I'm a 9 o'clock, go to bed 9 o'clock, up by 5 o'clock, and that's like my comfortable time kind of person. Once it hits like, lately it's been like, I can stay up till like 10:45, but regularly past that time, I'm like, But I went to New York a few weeks ago, and I live in Texas, and I live in a nice suburb of Texas. So people are in bed. We barely have any street lights because nobody is supposed to be out. You're supposed to be in bed. So when I was in New York, things are open late there. Things are open. People are doing things. The city actually never sleeps. And I actually loved it, but there was stuff to do at night. There's nothing to do here at night, so I have no reason to be up. Anyways, I have not been on my regular sleep schedule since New York. I'm still trying to work on that's been another one of my focuses, is trying to get my sleep schedule back together. But yeah, I have a lot of ideas for videos I want to do for you guys. Let me know if you have any you want me to do. I really want to do one talking about discipline and what we think it is and what it actually looks like, and some misconceptions that can kind of create a mental block for us. There are a few videos I want to make, but I want to hear what you guys want to hear. So if you have any recommendations or questions or anything, drop them down in the comments and I'll be happy to make a video on them or answer them. Yeah, I really just wanted to come in here and chit chat with you guys a little. I haven't just talked to you, gotten to just chill with you guys yet. So this was me doing that. Yeah, I think I'm about to go inside and get ready for the week. It is Sunday. I hope you all are doing amazing. I hope no one is too in distress about the TikTok ban. I was kind of taken back. I hadn't really cared. I was kind of taken aback when I was scrolling yesterday and then it stopped scrolling. I was like, oh, don't do this. And it logged me out, but then I logged back in and it let me be on for a little while longer. And I ended off my time on TikTok with one of my favorite people, Miss Clark Peoples. I was on her live, and yeah, that was my last few moments on TikTok. Watching people slowly dwindle off. That was a crazy, crazy moment. But I no longer have TikTok because earlier today I got annoyed with how I kept by habit going to click on the app, and I deleted it. And apparently people have gotten their access back to TikTok, but it's not back on the App Store, so I don't have TikTok anymore, apparently. So, but I'm not too upset about it. I made my peace with it. The only thing I'm really, really going to miss about TikTok is how good it was as a search engine. Like, I went to TikTok more often than I went to Google for like suggestions and things like that. So that I will miss. But yeah, I do. It is super sad. I know that's a lot of people's income. But you're talented people. Your people will find you. So yeah, I hope no one's too sad about that. And also, one more thing before I get off of here. Is it not kind of crazy, all of these people that were just exposing themselves before the app went away? Like, they're acting like social media altogether was going away. It was just the app. We're going to see you over on Instagram or YouTube or X. Somewhere, people are going to see you and they're going to know, oh, you're that one that lied about doing workouts. Like, that one girl that exposed herself for the workout thing, that one was insane because that's like that's your brand. No one's going to trust you anymore. Like, the girl that did the ice cubes, she doesn't really do, like, her content isn't based off of that. That's not like a super big part of her content anymore, I don't think. But for the people that were exposing themselves, and that's like currently what people follow you for, I'm like, girl, this is one app. We have other social medias. And now we're going to know. But yeah, I think that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for listening. You can follow me over on Instagram. It's @adoseofzoe_. It was so fun getting to talk to you guys. I will talk to you next week. Bye.